Hi, my name is Jen, and you may know me as Vegas Starfish. For the last 19 months, I have been stalked, cyberbullied, and harassed. Here is everything you need to know. I have remained silent about this because people who care about me have advised me not to give attention to people who seek attention, and that eventually he would lose interest and move on. But he has not. It is getting worse. So I have wanted to defend myself. I try to remain fact-based. So here are the facts. In October of 2022, I received a request to talk to someone about a business opportunity. This person had a company called Casino Comp Wallet. He had plans to develop a digital wallet where people could save and redeem coupons and offers in the Vegas market. He said he wanted me to promote him and he needed a content creator. I expressed that I did not have confidence that this business would be successful, but he was incredibly enthusiastic. I agreed to get involved as long as we continued to make progress on the business so that it would provide value to my followers. We scheduled a meeting, and I invited the person who at that time was doing social media for Spiegel World. I considered them a friend and a competent content creator. I was offered $2,000 a month to help make him more marketable and to share with people on my platforms that I was partnered with Casino Comp Wallet. The content creator was also offered $2,000 a month. I did my job well. The content creator immediately skipped town and ghosted both of us. I felt terrible, so I assumed both roles, and without me asking, my salary was doubled to $4,000 a month. I was not asked to pay back the money that the other person took, and it wasn't my responsibility. It had nothing to do with me. I did my job very well for about 8 months. During that time, no progress was made on developing the business, and instead it became evident that this person had intentions of becoming an influencer instead and just wanted me to build their platforms. Multiple times I suggest he take over the platforms and I move on, and he would plead and say that he had nothing without me, so I remained longer than I needed to. Here is why I resigned and where we are now. Every day, this man talks about me on his platforms. If you look through his content, comments, and watch his live streams, you will see that a massive part of his platform and personality is me. He refers to me as the dinosaur because he says he is going to, quote, make me extinct. Near the end of our association, I would frequently ask him not to make racist or xenophobic statements. You can pause to read this one, but it's about Native Americans. And I realize and state that it may be a generational difference, but I take my brand and reputation seriously, and I did not want to be adjacent to someone who frequently and publicly made incendiary statements. He would frequently ask me to go to a resort and make content for both of our channels, and I was happy to do so. We both needed the content. In March of 2022, he said he was going to make a deal with Mohegan Sun for Casino Comp Wallet, and he asked what I would charge to go to Connecticut as his social media manager. I was excited that the company might be actually making progress, and in the next text, you will see that I agreed to do it for free if he could get a deal for his company. He had the meeting, and he said they wanted a proposal. We were both excited. He has a habit of rambling, and it wasn't making sense, so I asked for clarification that this deal was with Casino Comp Wallet. He says, I didn't get too heavy into that. This seemed like a red flag, so I asked if I could see the proposal that he was going to send to Mohegan Sun. This is what he sent me. He asked me to sign off on this. It was an entire proposal outlining the relationship between Casino Comp Wallet and Mohegan Sun. The only mention of me was a few sentences about my own platforms, and that I would be attending to film content, and that some of the content would be mirrored on my own platforms, which, if you recall in the text, I happily agreed to do for free under the pretense that this was a deal with Casino Comp Wallet. He asked me to read it and sign off on it, and here is proof that this is the contract I received. We're about to see an email between myself and his assistant. The underlined part points out that the contract looks good except for a typo where the incorrect casino name was in the text. This document was called the Mohegan Sun proposal. And here is the typo that I made reference to. It says Viejas instead of Mohegan Sun. You will see in the next frame that instead the attached document that Mohegan Sun received was called Vegas Starfish and Mohegan Sun. Their marketing team reached out to me to confirm some of my demands. When I explained I didn't have a deal with them, they sent me the contract they had received. Not a single mention of Casino Comp Wallet. This was sent by that gentleman to Mohegan Sun. In the very end, asked for a $10,000 appearance fee for me to show up, that all questions should be directed to him. Here is me and the marketing team comparing notes that we had two different contracts, and here is both of us realizing that we've been scammed. I still didn't believe that this was happening. I immediately canceled my flight. I did not go to Mohegan, and the marketing team from Mohegan immediately sent Casino Comp Wallet an email saying, we do not wish to do business with you. We thought we were working with Vegas Starfish. Demands had been made on my behalf for suites, transportation, huge food and beverage credits, a party, $1,000 to give away on my channel. My name was used to acquire these things. Then they were posted to give away on Casino Comp Wallet. I truly believe that I was just a social media manager and this deal was between them. I confronted Paul and explained to him that I did not ask for an appearance fee, suites, or a party, and that I don't do giveaways. They only attract followers who are interested in winning a prize, and they don't engage or stick around, so I don't do them. When he realized I was done, he became increasingly aggressive. He began insulting and attacking me, and he threatened me. both on the phone and in text. I told him no, and I set firm boundaries. I spelled it out very clearly that I felt I had been betrayed and misrepresented, and essentially bought and sold. I'm not sure how many places I filmed on his behalf that he was paid for, but I was never told anything about an appearance fee, and I have never been paid an appearance fee. I have done paid brand deals, but it was for the content and they were disclosed. He said he would take me down and immediately began spinning a narrative. He began posting everywhere, saying that I am the reason the deal fell through, with the overt implication that I don't like certain types of followers or people, which is a manipulation of the fact that I am interested in followers who want Vegas content and aren't just there to win a prize. At this point, I was concerned for my safety and I blocked him on all platforms and my phone. He expressed that he would never stop talking about me, and that his primary goal would be to discredit me to a level to where I was entirely canceled. I was advised to remain professional. So when confronted, I gave the same answer, that it was simply a business collaboration that came to an end. He would routinely tell his followers to harass me. And they did. He would pay for my concierge service so he could send me creepy text in the middle of the night. You can pause to read this one, but it basically says, you and I have something special. You could be a Kardashian. It says he's no one, but that's going to change fast and furiously. And that I'm right about everything that I say about casinos. That you don't have to be right or accurate when you're famous. And that we could make millions. Because we should focus on entertaining. And keep in mind, at this point, I am firmly done with him. You will note that I do not respond to any of these texts. In this text, he tells me to make a public statement that he has forgiven me, and that I messed everything up by not being cool under pressure, and that I should have just rolled with it and had his back even though he lied. He says he will no longer pay me, but he will allow me to work with him. He hatches a whole plan where we'll chill out for a few weeks, then we'll be this unstoppable duo. He says that he'll spend hours and hours a day walking around loving me. He tells me that if I agree to his terms, over the next few months, millions of people will hear about how I made a tragic mistake. He admits that I don't need him and that he probably doesn't need me, but that this would be in my best interest. I decided at this point to not only be silent publicly, but to no longer engage with him in any capacity. He has given me every indication that he means me harm and that he is not stable. Instead of going away, this managed to just piss him off more. He now spends a significant amount of time walking around live streaming and being captured in videos like this that other people have posted because his rants about me have made them concerned for my safety. The rest of this video will be some screenshots of terrible things he said about me that are untrue, and some places where he's asked his followers to harass a business that also told him no. Two things I want to address. He said that I asked for money for my children's school, when in actuality he purchased a $300 business card size advertisement in the back of a local yearbook for Casino Comp Wallet. And as to the allegation that I kept money from a slot stream, a few weeks prior he asked me to film a room tour at the Grand downtown, and the credit card he gave me to check in with declined. I used my own funds for that and a dinner he asked me to film. I ended the stream $700 or $800 up, and it was nearly a wash. Specifically, he never asked for money to be returned to him. And when we parted ways, I handed him his accounts and his company credit card, on which I never so much as charged a Starbucks for myself. I did my job to the best of my ability. He took a shot, he got caught, and he responded poorly when I stood up for myself. I will happily remove this video. All that I want is for the harassment and bullying to stop.